Welcome back. I am back with another pair of trainers today that I'm really genuinely excited about. This is a pair that I think are just going to be a perfect summer shoe for me. A lot of the times with trainers, I feel like I kind of miss the bus or I'm late to the party. There's a pair of trainers that I should have got, and it's only afterwards I realise how good they are, and then they're either too expensive or they're sold out. And this is one of those pairs where I feel like I was ready to get them, and thankfully, for some reason, they just stood out to me. And I thought, you know what, I need to get this pair. And in hand, it's exactly what I expected. It's exactly as good as I hoped for. And that's not something that you can say about every trainer that you pick up. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is this pair here, which is a Jordan 3 Lucky Shorts. And I'm hoping if you watch this video, you'll have everything you need to know about this pair, the size, the fit, all that good stuff. And actually why you should pick this pair up and why it's a good pair going forward, because I think it really is one of those classic pairs that I'm so happy I've got. I even considered doubling up on this pair because I think it's that good. Anyway, let's get into the review. So I'm not going to talk through the backstory because there are so many other videos that do it better than I will. Essentially, it seems to me that Jordan, when he was playing, would wear a pair of Lucky Shorts in his Carolina UNC, I think, colourway underneath his kit. And it's this colour blue, and this pair is a nod to that tradition or superstition that he did before his games. You've got lots of kind of features that I think are significant in terms of linking to his story. You've got the elephant print on the box. I think the box is a nice box, pretty standard, pretty straightforward. You can see that there, elephant print there, and then also you've got this kind of off-white colour, almost like beige, I would say, maybe a bit different to beige. You've got that UNC colour Jumpman. Mine came from Offspring. Offspring have issues, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to front, love them as a company, but I often get mashed up boxes when they come from Offspring, because I don't know why actually, because it came in a massive box, so it shouldn't necessarily been an issue because it was packed properly. But anyway, you can't wear the box, as they always say. I'm okay with saying that I've never been a threes guy. It's not a pair, and I don't really understand why. I don't remember them at all from being young. I have no recollection of seeing threes on people's feet at all in London, in the UK, in the 90s. I just don't remember them, literally don't. I remember ones, and I remember wearing fours and sixes, fives. I remember all those trainers, but threes, for some reason, threes and twos, maybe it was my age, I don't remember them at all. So threes aren't a pair that I've grown up liking or wanting or anything like that. And I just never really got into threes and never been bothered to. As you can see behind me, when I was growing up, and the pair, and I'll talk about these in a later video, Air Techs were huge for me, and Air Max. So Torsion, ZX8000s, those kind of things, those are big trainers for me growing up. So threes, only when I got into kind of the collecting side of trainers, probably about 2014, 2012, that kind of era. Threes then started to be a bit more on my radar, but then again, just the shape, nothing really appealed to me. And I think what I've realised is, I do like the three, but I'm not a big fan of the elephant print, and I've got no nostalgic memory with it, essentially. And then the A Ma Maniére 3s came out, the white ones, the first set, and I think that is such a beautiful shoe. It has no elephant print on it, and A Ma Maniére did a really good job of keeping them understated and subtle. Then when the black pair came out, I was able to snap them up because they're so available, still available, I do think, roughly now for pretty much retail. And that pair is so well done. Got a review on my channel, really beautiful pair. And I work with young people, so I'm very conscious of not trying to seem like I'm down with the kids. And the kids love fours, and I love fours, but I don't want to look like I'm trying to beg it with the kids, because that's not what I want. The thing I love about the three, and there's a YouTuber, I think his name might be Manny Pinochet, or I'm not sure of his name, but there's a YouTuber, I was watching his video, and he kind of said what I was already thinking. I think as you get older, you want something a bit plain that doesn't scream Nike Air or Jordan or I'm trying to be trendy. And what I like about the 3 is you can wear this trainer and it doesn't have Jordan brand stamped all over it if you're not into Jordans. I can wear these to church or around my sister's or wherever, and she won't know that I'm wearing a pair of Jordans. She just might think they're a nice pair of trainers, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a nice pair of trainers that don't grab attention, and that's what I think the 3 does. And I think when it hasn't got elephant print on it and it's got lovely leather, it's kind of like a plain trainer, pretty much, apart from the Jumpman on the back. But if you're wearing a pair of baggy tracky bottoms, then that won't even show anyway. There's so many things I'm beginning to like about the 3. Do I need 5 or 6 pairs? I don't think so, but I'm trying to explain the appeal. I think they have that kind of grown man, subtle appeal for a pair of retro Jordans. In 2020, I think when that Amamanier brown pair came out, I was blown away. Couldn't get them, really expensive, crazy resale on those, so that was never going to be an option. Then I can't remember which came next, maybe the UNCs. Again, I kind of missed them, did like them, big elephant print, so that kind of put me off a little bit. And also it's funny because I was watching an Eddie Wynn video, he was articulating the same thing. The kind of move towards maybe the slightly louder Jordan 3s to kind of more subtle Jordan 3s. And I think that kind of started for me in terms of noticing that with the Amamanier 3, that original white pair. Then other pair that grabbed my attention was the UNCs. After that, the Craft pair that had the kind of Nike Air and Jordan in it, I think that was a pair I was a bit like, I should have really got those. Those would have ticked a lot of boxes for me. And I still think that's a great pair. Then what did it for me essentially was the idea, the white diffused blue Amamanier 3s that are coming out. And I think that's a really nice shoe. They're going to be like a white version of those. Great materials and all that good stuff. But they've got like a dark patch here and some darkness around the toe box that I don't think sits that well with the kind of essentially white colorway. When I saw this pair of Lucky shorts pretty much does it all. The off-white colouring, which I think is subtle, it's got that really nice blue colour, which I like. I love that light kind of baby blue there. Subtle Jumpman, it's got good materials and lovely grey suede instead of the elephant print. The only thing I don't particularly like is the Jumpman on the back, but I can live with that and I understand why it's there. So as a pair of trainers, it kind of ticks all my boxes really in terms of a Jordan 3, and putting them on feet, they just feel so good on feet. I love the way they look, I love the way they feel. Jordan 3s definitely are comfortable. I'm just super glad to have got this pair, and it's a pair that I would definitely recommend to you if you're on the fence, or if you're, you know, thinking about getting your first pair of Jordan 3s like me, kind of a Jordan 3 novice. I think this is a great pair to go, and I think going forward this pair will really be well thought of. Not that it matters whether you like it or not, and I really like this pair. I think they're great. I recently was lucky enough, and again I'm going to talk about this later in another video, to get the Air Tech Challenge 2. Massive trainer for me. I'd almost forgotten how much this trainer meant to me. These are great in hand and I love them. I genuinely love them because I had these when I was younger. However, they don't drop or feel quite as nice in terms of the way they look as a pair of Jordans, and that's where I think Jordan brand has it. I think they're just really well styled. So in terms of materials, I think they are top notch. The suedes are great, the leathers are great, they're comfortable on foot. Sizing, it's worth going true to size, I would say. I am a UK 11 in Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, Jordan 3s. In fact, there are no Jordans I think that I go lower than a size 11 in. In some pairs of Air Max, like Air Max 1s and 97s, like I go for a 10.5, and in Clarks I go for a 10.5 as well. So I'm either a 10.5 or an 11 UK, and for Jordans I like that little bit of extra room, so I go for an 11. I'm also an 11 in the New Balance you've got behind me as well, the 991 V2s and the 991. So sizing wise, stay true to size, maybe on that slightly half size up if you're in between two half sizes. So yeah, so I would just really recommend this pair of trainers. I think they're great. I am trying to hold it down this year, so far I've only bought 3 pairs. Tried to get the brick by brick Nigel Sylvesters, but struck out on every raffle, so wasn't meant to be, and I'm not going to pay resale for them. So next coming up, I'm going to do a review of the trainers I've got behind me. There's a few pairs coming out. Oh, and that Salehi Bembury New Balance 991 V2, those are a must for me. That's probably going to be my biggest pickup I'm going to go for this year. So as always, thanks so much for watching. I've got some great ideas for some different types of videos. Let me know if you're up for some list and collection videos, because that's what I plan to do. Please share the vid, please like the vid, please comment even better, and subscribe if you can. That would be fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.